bonus. If you gift somebody there, you're giving them, yes, the $40 enroller fee, but if it's in your coded bonus, you're going to get $20 immediately back. And some of the reasons why you would gift versus place is that if you've got somebody that's got 2 people today, and you want them to get their $150 back immediately and show them, hey, we're in this for the long haul and you can do it, you may want to gift that person immediately so that the person you're gifting it to now qualifies for the 3 to get free bonuses and gets their $150 immediately back. You may have somebody who got 3 people in and they're having a harder time getting their 4th, but their people in the 1, 2, and 3 spots are buying business builder packs, and we're going to reveal in a few moments why you want now to be qualified out to the 4th position so that you're able to get all of the bonuses. So there's still going to be real legitimate reasons to want to gift, and in particular in your coded bonus legs, and that's your 4th, 5th, and 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, as wide as you go. It's going to be in those 4th, 5th, and 6th as wide as you go. First 3s, first 3s, first 3. In the coded bonuses, or in those people in your coded bonus, gifting becomes still a real practical option to you. But then, yes, David, you also now have the placement. So now you've got both of those features available to you, now really giving you all the tools or all the opportunity to build, work, create the enthusiasm in your organization and frankly, build bigger than you've ever done before.
Yeah, and so it's really the best of both worlds. It's just kind of as a side note, a training tip for anybody out there that maybe is newer to the industry and obviously newer with Extreme Green. If you do decide to enroll in place, if you are going to take that $40 on the enrollment in place, just be sure that that person that you enroll in place, make sure that you're staying in touch with them, you're staying in contact with them, you're staying in communication. Help that person. You know, a lot of times perception after the fact is, oh yeah, you enrolled me, you got your money, and then it kind of cut me loose. We absolutely don't want to do that because of the response to this product and this opportunity that we see all over the country. We want to maintain that support, communication, and help those people be successful. So just make sure that we stay in touch on that note. So go ahead.
No, that's a great point, Dave, and that's part of what we have this core meetings for, and as we develop into 2015, we're going to be reminding the core group what they need to be sharing with others and making sure that before we go out and tell others how to do it, we're doing it the way that best supports not only Extreme Green as a company, but ideally for the IBO. This is a business opportunity to create $10, $20, $30,000 a month. And if those numbers are foreign or may not have always, you've heard people, but you yourself may not have experienced that, these calls are designed to show people how to do that. And part of that is just what you said, David. When you are placing, it's not a place and forget, it's a place and work it. And you'll see in your back office that you'll know who you've enrolled, and those that you've enrolled, we're going to create methods of communication, and that's going to be through texting and emailing and our social media platforms that are coming online. So very good point, David, and I think you would agree that's one of the core reasons why we want to have these core calls is to make sure that we're spreading the right message. And we can have these meetings and we can touch thousands of people, but 1,000 people can go touch 10,000 people pretty darn near instantly, and that's the emphasis behind these.
Yeah, and I do have to say that our leadership around the country is really they really do a good job of that already. So it's just a great enhancement, and it's the best of both worlds. So more good info coming, I know. So go ahead.
Yeah, let's go. Let's keep it rolling. Then we've got the 3 to get free bonus. That is still an enroller sponsor bonus. So if you don't gift, but you place, that placement does not count towards getting, excuse me, I think we take that back. It does count towards the 3 to get free bonus. That is correct. We changed that. That's just as of a couple of days ago. So even when you place, it will help them qualify for the 3 to get free and the 4 to get more bonuses. What they have to get, though, for the qualification of the what we're calling the accelerator and extreme bonuses, that's going to be the getting 4 personally enrolled. But we are going to allow the ability for or somebody who gets 3, whether they're placed or gifted, they're going to get that $30 pop. Same thing for the 4 to get more. When you've got a 4th person gifted or placed, you're going to get the $20. But remember, if you put somebody placed in the first position, that the sponsor didn't get the $40, but when they brought in their 2nd and 3rd and 4th person, they're going to get the $40 enroller. The 3 to get free and 4 to get more, that is simply, if you've got 3 people in your organization, you're going to get the 3 to get free. You have 4 people in your organization, you're going to get 4 to get more. And we are eliminating any sideways compression. So even if down the road, unfortunately, they may not continue to stay active, you as an IBO will not be, some have said it penalizing. We've been trying to make sure people go wide. And part of that is also making sure those that you bring on aren't forgotten. David just mentioned that there is sometimes a habit of us bringing people in, thinking they're always going to be active, they're always going to do their auto-ship. We find a hot leg or a hot organization that we start working, and I hate to say this, I don't think we purposely may either forget, but sometimes the days and weeks go by. So the 3 get free, 4 get more, we're going to let those who are the sponsor get that money and do that whether it's gifted or placed. But at the same token, we want to make sure that we're working the first 2, 3, 4, 5 people we bring in, and you'll see the enhancement of one of our programs that was going to encourage us to make sure we keep everybody in our entire organization active. So the 3 get free, the 4 get more, David, that's an enhancement to where it doesn't have to be an enroller sponsor. You just have to be the sponsor in order to get those.
Now, let me just say to everybody out there, we're going to have, next week, we will have this all on video, on the webinar. You're going to be able to get this walkthrough where it makes sense. But I just saw here, we had a 2.2 earthquake in Southern California when you announced that we are eliminating sideways compression, because even through the mute buttons, I heard the entire country cheering that we're eliminating sideways compression, even through the mute. So I know our guys are going to be excited about that and get that flow from east to west. But these are big announcements. There's a lot of input from our field leadership is coming to fruition to create the plan that you guys want. It's just massive, massive, massive.
Well, and I must tell you, all of the Brants and the coaches and the Nates and the Charles and the Chris Johnsons, and I know I'm forgetting some people, there has been a call for that for quite some time. I believe it was either Brant or Nate. They had sent some commandos into the office, and we were discussing quite heavily. And I would just mention it was K-Ross and a gentleman named David, and I know that I've had some Peppers and Raoul's. I mean, these are other names that we may not have always heard of, but they've been just as passionate as the core people, and that's special. I mean, when we have people that are earning big incomes, it would seem that yes, they would want to be the spokesperson for the group. They're bringing ideas to the table. It's really neat to see somebody who wants to participate, may have some experience, and a couple of people I mentioned didn't have MLM experience until they came into Extreme Green, that they themselves were looking for ways to enhancing just from a purely presentation standpoint and then qualification standpoint. And, the question was, well, why would I get, or why would my potential hard work and income flow up? Well, we want to keep our organizations wide. And we really didn't have a better mechanism than making sure that you have all of your frontline people qualified so that we continue to impress on people. We want us to go wide. And as you said, David, in a true unilevel, which is what we have, the success in the plan is going wide and then over time going deep. Well, with an enhancement we're going to talk about here very, very shortly, we can eliminate the sideways compression, because now you're going to simply look for people to stay active and be wide, because there's a lot of additional monies. Not new money's getting paid out, but a reallocation of some money so that we're all benefiting in our first 10 levels. And the wider you go, the better it'll be. And we'll get into that just a little bit. But you're right, David. I think I now I realize what was shaking under my feet. It was the rumble across the country. that was.
Oh, I guarantee it was. I guarantee it.
Absolutely. The accelerator bonus, we're going to change the name of that. One of the things is we were trying to brand it around automotive. We're an automotive, eco-friendly company. And it really is a builder bonus through lots of input, and in particular, I believe it was, well, I know it was Jim Felt, and I want to say that probably could throw, I probably think it was Katie and a few others, maybe even Christopher, in on the idea that we're really using accelerator bonus as a builder bonus. And that's when you bring somebody on. You get them into the IBO product starter kit. You're building your business. You're bringing them into the company. It's really should be considered a builder bonus. So the accelerator bonus is going to get changed to a builder bonus by name, by nomenclature. But the builder bonus itself is still going to be, it is still going to be, accelerator bonus. Yeah, to the builder bonus. There we go. The builder bonus is still going to be an enroller sponsor bonus, and that is going to be the $20 that's going to get paid to the IBO. It's really a coded bonus. So on a IBO's 4th, 5th, and 6th enrolled and sponsored IBO, on the 4th, 5th, and 6th positions, you're going to get this builder bonus. So when anybody comes in for a $150 IBO product starter kit, you will get a $20 builder bonus for those individuals who came in. And it's going to be important. This does not include people that were placed. It only includes people that IBO personally enrolled or sponsored, or people that they were gifted. So just because you place 3 people underneath or 4 people underneath, that does not mean that those people are builder bonus qualified. The qualification for that.
Let me just jump in and say this too. For anybody out there that's newer to the company, newer to the industry, don't panic. One of the toughest things to do in this industry is to go through compensation plan items over the telephone. Next week, you're going to see it. You're going to be able to log on and see it, have full explanations live. Any questions you have, just jot them down. We'll get them answered for you. But I can tell you, for the leadership out there around the country, they know these are huge enhancements to the comp plan to make it simpler and easier for everyone, from the guy with 30 years of experience to the guy that's been with us or been in the industry for 30 minutes. These are really, really important enhancements that we're putting in play, again, based on a lot of input by leadership. So go ahead.
And you bring up a good point. And one of the things I would say for those who do know the compensation plan or have been exposed to it, the accelerator bonus is just simply being renamed to the builder bonus. It's still, you have 4 people that you need to personally enroll and sponsor or have gifted to you. They no longer have to be active, so that's an enhancement, meaning that once you brought in or you have gotten 4 people, you will be builder bonus qualified for life. You don't have to go and make sure that they remain, although we're going to show you ways that you want them to be active. But the only requirement is you bring in 4 enrolled and sponsored, no sideways compression, and that means you take away whether they're active or not. Compression was literally just to make sure that they were active. And you're going to see why in a few minutes why you want them to be active, but nonetheless, the builder bonus is previously called the accelerator bonus. The qualifications and the way that it pays out remains the same, with the exception that they no longer have to be active, or we're eliminating the sideways compression. So accelerator bonus is the new builder bonus. Now, the extreme split bonus, or the extreme bonus we've called it, we're going to rename that the add-on kit bonus, because that's really what we're paying on. We're paying on the add-on kit. The add-on kit could be the sampling program that David mentioned that we'll reveal next week's call. It could be the Fuel Max Plus add-on kit. It could be the engine life treatment. Any of the add-on kits are what we're paying a bonus on, and that's the $50 kits that we're paying the $20 on. We're changing the extreme split bonus to the add-on kit bonus. Now, this is probably one of the most major changes to the overall plan, besides the placement and besides the sideways compression being eliminated. It's interchangeable terminologies or marketing methods, but now it's, again, Ford gets you everything. Dave, that's probably one of the biggest changes we've had so far, isn't it?
But yeah, without question. Again, basically, if you see all these enhancements, it's just making it easier to get to your money. That's really the bottom line.
No, it really is. And ultimately, one of the things with the split bonus is that we would have the $10 coded bonus that would go to the person who earned the accelerator. And the other $10 we would split between the qualifying IBO in between the person who earned the coded bonus and the other $10. The other change is that the second $10 or the other $10 that we have, we're going to sprinkle, as I call it, or we're going to send it 10 levels up. So we as an IBO are still going to get our $10 coded bonus on what was called the extreme bonus, is now being called the add-on bonus. And the other $10, instead of looking for one person to pay that additional $10 out to, we're going to pay $1 10 levels up anywhere in your organization. That's whether it's the first person or whether it's the 10-person wide. It's whether it's the first person's first 20 people or your fifth person's first 3 people. Anywhere in your organization, the other $10 is going to get sent up 10 levels to the qualified IBO, meaning that it could end up, it's a compression or dynamic compression, meaning it's going to look to go pay up 10 active qualified IBOs, $1 bill, out of these add-on kits, these bonuses. So now we've got anywhere in your organization. So if I'm 10 levels wide and I go 10 levels deep, every person in that group or organization, every time somebody buys a add-on kit, you're going to get $1. And if it's a add-on kit in your coded bonus, instead of getting just $10 in your first 10 levels, you're actually going to get 11 now. So you're actually going to get that extra $1, I call it a sprinkle, but you're going to get this extra $1 that is now in your entire organization's first 10 levels. Now, Dave, we talked an awful lot about that. That should get a lot of people excited, and why a lot of people will now want to be qualified, whether they're in the first position or their 20th position, because every person in that 10 levels, and no matter how wide you are, they want to be qualified as well, because there's this additional add-on kit bonus monies that didn't exist before, and so now you literally could do very little and start receiving lots of $1 bills all over the place.
Well, let's put this in real perspective, Stu. You know, as we've traveled and done events around the country, excuse me, there's a couple of things that we've talked about consistently. Our sales, over 30% of our sales at Extreme Green consistently have been retail sales, okay? The add-on kits, unbelievable, the number of add-on kits that we've shipped the last 6 months. You know, when you start, people go, $1, and they don't really, you think in terms of $1, don't think of it that way. He talked about the sprinkling of the dollars throughout those levels, throughout the organization. Even he laughed as we were discussing this here corporately, because Jim Phelps talked about the cash infusion. It was just going to be so much bigger, like an infusion or an explosion of $1 bills. That's literally what it is. If you understand what's happening with the company, with over 30% of our sales being in retail, the number of add-on kits that we're moving, if you understand the industry statistic that when you join a company in this industry, is average sponsoring 1.8 people, and with Extreme Green, we've consistently run between 7 and 8.5. I mean, this is a huge, huge infusion of money into the level. And I'm telling you right now, you take a look at the potential in our projections. By the time we get to the end of 2015, this one income piece alone could be absolutely astronomical for people that are fully engaged with Extreme Green.
Well, and it really is, David, and I would just encourage somebody, I don't care if you're 2 wide, 20 wide, pick a number, and just imagine if each person, say you had 5 people, and they all got 4 to be qualified. Or let's just say they even just got 3 to get their 3 free. Now, anytime, whatever mathematical matrix you want to build out, if you've got 100,000 people and somebody says, oh, I can't get 100,000, remember, it takes and goes from 5 people who get 4, who get 20, and those 20 go get 4 people, and now you've got an 80, and you continue to march down. You could easily have, let's just say you've got 10,000 people in your first 10 levels, and they're all buying these add-on kits. And later in this month, we're going to talk about the Premier customer, which is just an enhancement of the retail, because we have so many people who are just wanting to buy retail, and we'll have these value packs. It's the $50 add-on pack, just rebranded or named for the retail customer. But anywhere along those 10,000 people, they buy a add-on kits, you're going to get $1. That's $10,000 to you, and if it's in the coded bonus, so if you have your 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, however wide you are, and your first 3's first 3, you're getting an extra $10. So you have 10,000 people, but literally earning $15,000 a month, David. So somebody says, well, I'm only going to have, we'll say, I don't know, 100 people. Well, that's going to be theoretically $100 plus some of the coded. That could be $150 for just simply sharing it with your neighbors and friends who go share with their neighbors and friends. And you could very easily, I mean, Dave, we've got organizations that blossom 100 people a week sometimes, and that's not because they went out and actively sold it. It's because people are telling others because of what? The testimonials. I mean, the savings of the fuel, the passing of smog the second time around, the enhancements that they get, the peppiness of their car, all those testimonials that we hear. I mean, Dave, you're on the road. You hear them all the time.
Yeah, the testimonials at this point are through the roof, and that's indicative of the continual rise in sales. And, you know, this product is just so much more to people than we probably really even understand yet. And it just gets better and better every day.
No, it does, and as you said, we're going to head and we'll have the full video presentations, we're going to have the full printed material presentations, you'll have all of the details, more than you probably will ever really want to know about it, but it has been super simplified. You've got a enroller, you've got the enroller placement or gifting option. You have the 3 to get free, 4 to get more. That is simply based on who is the sponsor. You get 3 people, whether they were placed or gifted, or you personally enrolled and sponsored them. You're going to get the monies for the 3rd and the 4th person. The accelerator bonus, for the exception of the name change and that there's no longer any sideways compression. The accelerator, which is now the builder bonus, will remain the same. The extreme bonus, that is the most exciting to me, because when we modeled it, when we took a look at it, we take a look at existing people. You've got some of you got some huge organizations, and you're only really getting any type of a split or coded bonus when it's in somebody's first 3. Now imagine, and that could be a 1/3 or 1/4 of your entire organization. So if you have 100 people, you may only be getting those, what used to be extreme split bonuses on perhaps maybe 25 of them. Now you're going to get $1 over all of them. Those are major changes, but we're only saying it's 3 to get free and 4 to get more. No longer the 5 and trying to work backwards and the coded bonus, who gets what. It's going to be extraordinarily simple. You've got the 3 to get free and the 4 to get more, which is a sponsor bonus. You're going to have your accelerator bonus, which is your really true coded enroller bonus. It's accelerator bonus on your coded. And then once you've gotten your 4 people and anybody buys an add-on kit, you're either going to get a $10 coded bonus, or you're simply going to get $1 for anybody in your entire organization. Now, on top of that, you're still going to get your unilevel payout, and you're still going to get your Elite 1 and Elite 2. All that'll be better explained next week. Unless you get something else, David, let's crank on to introducing Katie and the fundraiser program. You got anything else on the comp plan?
No, let's do it again. We'll get tangible things out via video, webinar, etc. next week. I know that Katie Mitchell, who who is our national nonprofit coordinator. We brought aboard here. Stu has come aboard. Katie, she's done a fantastic job. Unbelievable the hours getting this thing together in a very professional format. Not enough kudos that I have time to give right now for the work that she's done. But let's get into it and talk about XG Cares.
Absolutely. Katie, are you there? And if you're not, star 6 when you can. What I was going to do is introduce Katie to everybody. She is a phenomenal addition to our staff. What I was going to do with Katie is talk to you about the actual program itself, and it's the Extreme Green Cares National Fundraising Program is a program that is sponsored by Extreme Green. We, Extreme Green, are promoting this fundraising program, and we're going to use a company called the Fundraiser Support Group of America to help us with the administration. And why is there administration? Well, the fundraiser program is not a traditional IBO unilevel compensation type of a program. It is a program designed specifically for a nonprofit, 501c3. It is specifically designed for a youth group or a Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, for example. It could be for a sports youth group. There's many reasons why. We had somebody wanted to do and did a fundraiser for lava flow. Those in Hawaii who were experiencing difficulties and rebuilding their houses, or money for food. They use fundraising programs in order to benefit others. Now, somebody might ask, why on earth would somebody want to go with Extreme Green and become a fundraising organization using our products? Well, what we've designed was a very simple, easy, and turnkey solution to the fundraising to a fundraising program. It offers IBOs and the nonprofit charities and other traditional fundraising organizations a really unique opportunity to make fundraising, which is very typically the lifeblood of every charitable organization, to make it easier, simpler, and frankly just more effective. It is a highly sustainable program that creates significant amounts of money immediately and for many years to come to that fundraising organization. We're using our Extreme Green products. We still have the same guarantees. When we set up the program, we have got Fuel Max Plus, Engine Life Treatment, Super Duty, Oil Stabilizer, Waterless Wash and Shine, both the 16 and 6 ounce, and our XPL 101 lubricating spray. We've established the full retail value of the product, and for every fundraising organization, for instance, with the Fuel Max, they're going to earn a straight $8, and the IBO is going to earn $1.50. The uniqueness of this program is that if you have, say, a church or a nonprofit organization, a youth group, a Boy Scout or Girl Scout organization, and they sign up as an IBO and they sell products, typically retail, because they don't want to violate their 501c3 status by having a lot of IBOs in their organization. The church or that fundraising organization, they would get all of the potential earned income or the monies for those sales. This program allows the IBO to participate in monies that never were available to them before. So when we sign up an organization, we decide to make sure they're either a 501c3 or just a traditional fundraising company, group, or organization. And through the donations, you could have a small youth group, or you could have a maybe smaller church, have as few as 50 members, and the potential donation amount to that group or organization could be almost as much as $5,000 a year. For the bigger groups that, say, have 1,000 people in them, there's as much as a $96,000 per year donation earning capability just with one product alone, say the Fuel Max Plus. What we're doing is, as an IBO, is we're going into, say, for instance, a church, and we're asking them to become a business owner typically and to sell an extreme green product, and the church you're selling to them will make a few dollars. Well, those organizations, including the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts, they're concentrating on a particular charity or particular reason or particular belief system, and that they're not in the business to be in business. They're there as a nonprofit, and they look for people to donate. Imagine being able to offer all the members of a congregation, all the members of, say, the Girl Scouts, and or even a PTA, and say that instead of selling, say, popcorn or selling wrapping paper, you can sell a product like Extreme Greens Fuel Max Plus for $25 that we're guaranteeing will save $30, $40, $50, and that $8 is going to go directly back to that organization. So now somebody's able to spend $25, save $30, $40, $50. So they're saving more than they spent, and still a donation is going to their favorite organization. And now an IBO, who otherwise would never be able to participate in any of the earnings, is now going to start earning monies on each of those purchases. And why is an IBO going to earn something? Well, that's because you're doing the selling. We're going into the church or nonprofit or traditional fundraising organization and saying, we're going to do the work for you. You don't put your name to it, Mr. or Mrs. Fundraising Organization. We're going to, with your permission, we're going to talk to those members and share with them these great products. We're going to customize all of the marketing materials, which includes websites and brochures and flyers and banner ads and even email announcements and newsletters, all geared towards the fundraising program. And once we put all those materials in place, we're going to actually create a sales plan with that fundraising organization, and we're going to talk about things like flyer distribution and product display areas, maybe even holding some group meetings mentioned in the fundraising publications, and even emailing to that fundraisers database. We're here to say to the organization, you keep doing what you're doing, and we're going to offer you a program that's going to generate donations and likely more fundraising money than you ever had before. The important thing, though, is as an IBO, this is not part of our the major part of our building program. Our jobs are to share with our neighbors and friends, small group meetings, spreading the word, and building our business. We may look at for instance, a church as a great opportunity for us to get 1,000 people into our organization and start building a big organization that way. Oftentimes, it takes several weeks, maybe even months, in order to even get an appointment, let alone sell the program to the either pastor or to the church fundraising coordinator, or those who are in charge of actually increasing donations to that organization. So you're going to get assigned immediately a fundraiser coordinator that will work with you side by side and do a lot of the work for you. They'll decide whether the organization you're dealing with is a true 501c3, and we can, through IRS tax codes, give a true tax-free donation, or if it's a traditional fundraising organization that still may qualify for those same IRS tax-free benefits, but also have to meet other qualifications. And we're going to help the IBO do that. We're going to assist the fundraising organizer, that organization that we're talking to. We're going to assist them in getting through the fundraising program so that the IBO doesn't get distracted. I mean, Dave, that's one of the biggest things we talked about, is that we have a great program. It's already proven to do very well in the cases that we've actually implemented them, but we also want to make sure, Dave, that we don't get distracted. And can you explain a little bit more? Because we know that through our experience that can happen, and what are some of the cautions, or what are some of the things that you want to share about that?
Well, you now have that opportunity to do both, and you're right. I mean, at its core, network marketing is about people getting out, talking to people. In our last call, we talked about that over the holidays. There's some downtime. People are in a good mood. You catch them with family in kind of a festive situation. It's a great time to talk about Extreme Green, the product, and the opportunity. But I will tell you this. I do believe that unlike a lot of nonprofit situations that I've seen in the past with other companies when I was Consulting or whatever the affiliation was, Stu, we really do have a different opportunity to build this nonprofit program. I know that most of the time, companies in the industry will look at a nonprofit situation and they'll hope to have that as 1% of their sales overall. I think we're in a little bit different situation with this, and again, it goes back to the Extreme Green product line. It is unique. It is different. There's nothing out there like it. There's a standing $1 million challenge. We offer standing 100% money-back satisfaction guarantees to our customers. And I think, and I've said this for weeks now, I've never seen a clamoring for a product like this over the course of a year, ever. And I think because of that, because it is unique, it is different, there's some major financial opportunities for nonprofits, 501c3s. I think you're going to see a little bit different twist on this when people understand that just by creating some customers, a 501c3 can generate some pretty significant income for their organization. So yeah, I think it's going to be another step where Extreme Green makes a new standard in the industry.
Well, and I know one of the...
Katie's here, and sorry, I had a little bit of an issue getting off of mute, but then you were doing such a great job, Stuart and Dave, that I didn't want to interrupt. So thanks for covering the whole program.
Well, I was going to talk to you real quickly then, Katie, because one of the things that kept coming up, and Dave was mentioning about the potential for it, and I'm going to ask you about that. The thing that I was asked while we were formulating the final specifics of the program is that do we as an IBO get any type of a commissionable volume? Meaning, yes, I get $1.50 for the Fuel Max, and we've sold it, we've got everybody in the program and doing well, but is there other benefits to me in my organization and my upline for rank advancement and for other payout and other bonuses that you'll see in the Elite 1 and Elite 2 down the road? And the answer is yes. We've built this program so that, yes, you're going to get additional commissionable volume payouts on top of what you would already be getting by this fundraising program. And so there's no other program in the world of network marketing that exists like this. There is just not one with the high payouts and the best products and the 100% guarantee. And Katie, David, he did mention, and he's right, you spent an enormous amount of time in the last 2 weeks. We've got just recently here our online training, and why don't you explain to the core group here what are some of the basic steps? I mean, I know that we're talking about we're going to send out an email, and we'll do it to this group here shortly, into the whole IB organization, an information booklet that explains it, but let's explain to everybody real quick what is it, what's the process that they can expect and how to get started, because there's a place for this fundraising program. There's some details that are going to require yours and other people's participation. So beyond just giving them the information book, why don't you explain to them what they need to do then?
Well, I do want to have to piggyback on what Dave was saying, as well as that, how I'm so excited about the program, not only because of the product line, but the support that we're actually going to be offering the entire field. That I have been in network marketing companies who have done fundraising programs, and they do not have the support, the customized materials, and the sales materials, and having a fundraiser coordinator on this side actually working with the IBOs if they need it in any way to be able to assist them in selling the program or helping them with that. So I'm excited about just being able to focus on this and be able to help you all out there. And what Stuart was saying is that you'll all get an email with the information booklet to start off. I would review the information booklet, and then after you do that, then you will contact or email at fundraising@extremegreen.co, and you will get the fundraiser coordinator. And then what will happen is you will then get the link to go ahead and watch our training video online. It's really a certification training program. So when you complete that at the end, there will be some things that you'll have to go through and fill out. And then it'll come back to me, and you'll get your certificate saying that you went through there, you understood the how to move forward. I'm assuming that everybody's going to have questions, and please, email me with any of those questions, and we can set up a time to talk as well. So very excited about the program. I know I've spoken to a lot of you out there. I know you're really excited, and I appreciate the patience because, like we said, it's not just been me working on the program. It's obviously been Stuart and a lot of other people right here at corporate. So I appreciate everybody's help in getting this out. I think it's going to be a great success, and I'm looking forward to working with all of you.
Outstanding. Well, I appreciate that, Katie. Dave, I know you wanted to, wrap it up with some of the compliance and kind of setting the tone for the additional, core meetings. We're getting close to the end of the year where we're going to start picking the people that we want to further in 2015 be part of the core. So why don't you, Dave, wrap it up with that compliance in the core, and special thanks to Katie for actually being on. Those who do talk to a lot of us here at corporate, Katie is a refreshing voice. She's got a lot of enthusiasm, and frankly is very knowledgeable to what we need to be accomplishing out there. So I encourage you, and that's Katie, your email is katie@extremegreen.co, correct?
Correct.
All right.
Katie, it's K-A-T-Y, right?
That's correct.
Yes, thank you. Yes. Yep.
KATY@extremegreen.co. So yeah, I'll take a minute here and just wrap up. There's a lot of information today. Email coming again, webinar, video next week, training. We're going to follow up on the comp plan stuff. Stuart mentioned the compliance. We are taking a look around the country, different issues to make sure that as a company we stay in compliance. I won't get in and take a lot of time today because we've already been on the call for an hour, but let me make this real simple for you from compliance, because this is a very important topic as we grow, and we are going to have a complete office here that's going to oversee compliance with Extreme Green. But anything that you do as an IBO must be approved. In other words, anything that you do, you're an independent business owner, it's all good. We know that you guys are out there marketing. And let me just tell you this. We really do, just so it's clear, we really do appreciate the efforts of our leadership. We've said it a couple of times on the call. Our core leadership, Coach, Nate, Brant, Chris Johnson, Charles Powell. I know Steve Hoffman is another person I don't want to leave out of that, doing a great job working with Chris, Gaspar Diaz. Again, you start naming names. The recognition is going to come here shortly, guys, so have no fear. But the input in the leadership from the leadership team that we are building in the field with Extreme Green has been fabulous. And these guys deserve a lot of credit for the time and energy and effort that they put in. The compliance issues, I'll make it real simple for you. We'll get into it in detail on another call. Anything you do as an IBO, apart from corporate, you've got to get it approved. Make sure on any point, if there's a question, get that approval done, then double check it, read through it, and if you have to, check it again. Some different topics. We'll be putting out some pretty simple compliance guidelines, but we want to make sure that we're doing this right. In wrapping up the call, just really such a great team effort from corporate and the field leadership working together. The commitment, positive attitudes, the forward thinking, the dedication. I said earlier, getting on the call, that Lawrence Kahn, our CFO, part of our ownership group, I think he really put it well. This has been the foundation year for Extreme Green. But make no mistake, the foundation is being completed as we speak, and it's time to get ready for 2015. It's time for Extreme Green. It's time for an Extreme Green explosion. It's time for you to focus and let us help you build towards your own financial independence. And quite frankly, it's time for all of us to really get knowledgeable and be dialed in on this so that we can help others. There are a lot of people out there around the industry that I talk to day in, day out. Not only do they want an opportunity like this, the folks, let me just tell you, they need an opportunity like this. From the industry, there have been so many company failures the last few years. There's kind of just an innate fear and concern and skepticism when people take a look at companies in our industry. I've said it all year. We have the answer because we have the right leadership in the field and we have the right ownership team that's heading this all up. As we towards the end of the year and kicking off January. I've already talked with Tim Wagner, who develops all of our products. You're going to be hearing product training calls from him. So anyone that has any questions on the product, how it works, how to use it, I mean, you talk about getting into detail. Tim's the type guy, he'll take whatever time is needed with our IBO base to make sure that they understand just how great this product is, how unique it is, and how it works. So it's going to be a great 2015. We're going to be talking to you guys another 2-3 times here before we get to 2015. But I emphasize that right now to make this point. Start now. Don't start January 1st. Don't start January 2nd. Don't start when all the college football games are over. Start right now. I learned this several years ago with a program. The leadership in that program said, start now. If you're going to start losing weight or start rekindling finances or a financial plan or a family plan, people say, I'll start Monday. I'll start next week. I'll start next month. No. Hang up the phone today. Start right now, and let's get ready for 2015 in December so that we hit the ground running in January. It's been a long call. We appreciate you taking the time. Again, any other questions, any other issues, topics you need help with, support staff here at corporate is calling. Everybody's dialed in right now, so feel free to call if you need anything. Again, we appreciate the efforts, and we'll talk to you guys again real soon. Thanks very much. Have a great weekend.